Hello my lovelies, welcome back to another amazing video. Today Sam-Pel20 is super proud to present a Salvadorian dish called Empanadas Salvadoreñas. So let's begin. So I have about 6 to 7 plantains here, which are istultes, meaning they're not too ripe and they're not too green. We're going to cut them in halves, leaving the skin on, and we're going to place it in a pot. Fill it up with water until they're completely submerged, and we're going to boil them. We're going to add a couple of cinnamon sticks as well. Okay, so now that they've cooled off a bit, we're going to take off their skins like so. And we're going to put it back. Make sure we don't have any more canela. And then we're going to mash it. Vamos a majarlo like if we're making mashed potatoes. We are going to set aside our mashed plantains and we're going to start with our first filling, la poleada. To a bowl, I'm going to add half a cup of water and a couple cinnamon sticks, and we're going to boil. Once my canela is boiling, I'm going to add 2 cups of milk, and I'm going to let that simmer for a couple of minutes. So while that is simmering, in a blender, I'm going to add half a cup of milk, 6 tablespoons of cornstarch, 6 tablespoons of sugar, 1 egg, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. I'm going to blend everything away. I'm going to add this mixture to my pot, and I'm going to stir everything nicely, making sure that everything is nicely incorporated. Have our delicious poleada in formation. Now, because we're going to be using this for our empanadas, today we're going to be making a very thick poleada. So we have to keep mixing until it gets that consistency. If you would like to have poleada as a dessert on its own, then you will obviously stop the heat whenever you feel the consistency is perfect for your dessert. But since this is going to be a filling today, we want it as thick as possible. Also, when it starts to cool, it's going to become more compact. So, as of right now, we still have a lot of cooking to do. This is way too runny. As you can see here, it has started to thicken. And this is what we want, because now, when it cools, it's going to be even more compact. So we've turned off the heat and we're gonna let this cool completely. It can't be warm, it has to be cold in order for it to be used as our filling. Now for our second filling, we have our refried beans, nuestros frijolitos. You can make them from scratch or you could use store-bought. I'm using store-bought to save time, but in the next video, I'll show you how to make Frijoles Refritos from scratch. Now that my fillings are done, I'm going to start to make las empanadas. I'm going to take about half a handful of the mashed plantain, roll it up into a ball, and start to gently pat it, making like a tortilla. I have a little bit of oil on my hands so that it doesn't stick, and I'm just going to pat it until it becomes kind of like a medium consistency, not too thick and not too thin. I'm then going to add about 1 teaspoon or a teaspoon and a half of filling, and I'm just going to spread it a little bit, and then I'm going to close up la empanada. I'm going to make sure that I lock all the edges, making sure that there is no way that the filling could spill out while we're going to fry it. I'm then going to shape it sort of like a cocoon type of shape, just making sure that there are no openings and there's no way my filling can, spill out. And I'm just going to repeat the process over and over. And then I am going to place it in a pot filled with hot oil. We're going to fry it for about 3 to 5 minutes on each side, or until golden brown. Now for our poleada filling, we are going to do exactly the same as our frijoles filling. We're going to take a small amount of the mashed potato, roll it into a ball, flatten it out, and we're going to add about a teaspoon to a teaspoon and a half of la poleada, the thick filling that we have. Close it up, making sure that there's no way it could spill while frying, giving it a little bit of a cocoon shape to it, and frying it up for about 3 to 5 minutes. And after about 3 to 5 minutes on each side, we have our delicious golden empanadas, as you can see here. I am placing them on some paper towel just for it to absorb a little bit of that excess oil. And I've also separated them from which ones are los frijoles and which ones are la poleada. So now that they've cooled, I'm gonna quickly rub some sugar and cinnamon. I'm gonna place it on top of a nice banana leaf. Let me just grab. And it is ready for serving with some coffee. I'm gonna give it a beautiful bite. Delicioso. And with coffee, mejor. So I want to thank everyone for watching this video today. Please remember to subscribe to the channel and also follow us on Instagram at san.paul20 so you never miss any fun facts. Bye-bye.